Welcome to episode 34 of Motivating Mondays, a weekly podcast and YouTube series dedicated to help Canadian job developers and other employer engagement professionals develop the tools, resources, expertise, and network to excel in achieving sustainable employment outcomes for their clients or students. My name is Christian St. Cyr, National Director of the Canadian Job Development Network, and today we're going to take a closer look at the pros and cons of pursuing a seasonal job. A temporary job can provide skills, experience, contacts, and confidence that can lead the way to long-term employment. Nevertheless, according to Indeed Hiring Lab, while seasonal employment is up slightly this year, it's down significantly from previous years. The nature of holiday hiring runs contrary to the essence of what we're trying to do in career development. Regardless of whether you're working in cooperative education, a government-funded employment program, or attempting to develop a part-time employment opportunity for someone with a disability, in all cases we're looking for sustainable, long-lasting employment opportunities. The concept of holiday hiring ensures people are able to secure employment for a short time, running from the fall into the new year. Inevitably, the majority of workers get layoff notices in January and find themselves returning to job search. This can leave us questioning, as many job seekers do, whether pursuing short-term employment opportunities are worth it. In my opinion, the answer is yes. Temporary employment provides a number of benefits, each providing its own pathway to permanent employment. According to the recruitment firm Cadient, the percentage of seasonal holiday employees retained as permanent staff varies widely by company and industry, but some employers convert as many as 35 to 40% to permanent positions. This overall retention rate in the retail industry, which relies heavily on seasonal staff, is often high due to the nature of the work. United Parcel Service has reported that in past years, they've retained roughly 35% of seasonal package handling jobs, and that end up transitioning into permanent positions. There is a stigma that goes along with unemployment. Either consciously or unconsciously, employers prefer to hire individuals who are already employed. Job search, while working in a temporary position, allows job seekers to demonstrate their employability. And while there is a stigma associated with unemployment, the longer a candidate is unemployed, the more that stigma grows. Obtaining a temporary position allows an individual to reset the clock on their unemployment, bring their resume up to the current period. Temporary jobs, like permanent jobs, provide current skills and experience that will impress an employer. The value of skills and experience earned on the job is exponentially more valuable than those earned in a classroom setting. As I've often noted, when I used to hire career professionals, I would hire for career development, training, and/or experience. But if I had to choose one, I'd choose experience. The skills a worker develops in a temporary job demonstrates that they can do the work that is necessary. Seasonal jobs can provide work experience, references, networking opportunities, new skills, contributions towards employment insurance, and a renewed sense of confidence that is so valuable in securing long-term employment. Clearly, temporary positions provide a valuable pathway to secure employment, but holiday jobs are getting increasingly more difficult to secure. According to new research from Indeed Hiring Lab, while seasonal employment ticked up slightly this year, it's down from previous years. As of November 4th, Canadian seasonal job postings on Indeed, roles which included terms such as seasonal, holiday, and Christmas in their job title, were up 12% from a year earlier. Demand for these workers isn't particularly robust compared to earlier years, with holiday job postings down 8% and 35% compared to where they stood at this point in 2023 and in 2022. Nonetheless, the break in the downward trend is still good news for those seeking temporary employment at year-end. Indeed notes that the decline in seasonal job postings from 2022 to 2024, part of the broader cooling of employment hiring appetite following the pandemic was part of the cooling of employer hiring appetite following the pandemic. However, over this 2-year period of time, the overall share of jobs that were explicitly seasonal held steady as both holiday and total job postings fell. As As the labor market has softened in recent years, the share of job seeker searches on Indeed containing seasonal or related phrases has increased, so more people are looking for work. In early November 2025, 3.1 per 1,000 Canadian job searches included one of these terms, which was up slightly from 2024, and more substantively from 2.5 and 2.2 per 1,000 cases in November 2023 and November 2022, respectively. Overall, seasonal employment is down from 3 years ago, but more people are looking for seasonal jobs. The competition is harder. Now, it'd be easy to look at these trends and surmise that seasonal employment and seasonal hiring is simply down because more consumers are buying online. Indeed notes that while this trend is more pronounced than a decade ago, e-commerce has stabilized, averaging just 6% of purchases, and it hasn't changed much in recent years. The majority of shoppers prefer an in-person experience for most purchases. Now, this leaves us looking at how we can coach individuals to excel in temporary positions. In a policy document for employers, Randstad outlines the benefits and drawbacks of hiring seasonal help. According to Randstad, the benefits of an employer hiring seasonal workers includes flexibility, letting the employer scale their workforce up or down based on need; access to specialized skills; less intensive hiring process; more cost-effective than hiring permanent staff; and opportunities to test out potential additions to the permanent roster. So those are the pros. The disadvantages that Randstad noted included lower rates of engagement and loyalty, limited time to train and onboard new employees, and reduced retention and related knowledge loss. The benefits clearly demonstrate that hiring seasonal employees provides opportunities for workers to get hired that they might not otherwise have been considered. It's essentially an on-the-job trial where a person can demonstrate their hard work and commitment. Now, if I were advising a job seeker who wanted to turn a temporary position into a permanent position, I would suggest that they seek every opportunity they can to counter the perceived drawbacks of temporary employees. They can do this through arriving early, showing keen interest in adopting the company culture, demonstrating both engagement and loyalty. By actively engaging in learning, reading about the company through the website, seek support of permanent employees who you're working with, and take initiative. And also to articulate a keen interest in staying with the company beyond the holiday season and bringing subject matter expertise to the role. We're obviously late in the winter holiday season, and it's a tough time to pursue employment at this point, but I would encourage you to consider this with all seasonal employment opportunities, such as those that are associated with agriculture, tourism, or summer breaks. The skills and experience that all of us have gained in our career have shaped us, and even a temporary role can be a tremendously transformative opportunity for our clients and students. We've had more than 350 people register for this year's Labor Market Year in Review workshops. They're starting late this week. I'm really excited about them. They're in British Columbia on November 28th and December 1st, and in Ontario on December 5th and 8th. If you haven't yet registered, we're closing registration this Thursday, November 28th. If you want more information for British Columbia, go to labormarketonline.com/LMI workshop. Or for Ontario, go to ontariolabormarketonline.org/LMI workshop. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click the like or subscribe button in your platform. Search for Motivating Mondays wherever you download podcasts. We'd also love it if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel or rate or review our podcast. Now, we do these sessions live and for free every Monday morning on Microsoft Teams with job developers from across Canada, and it would be so great if you could join us. Just go to jobdevelopment.org to learn more. If you have any questions, send me an email directly. My email address is cstcyr@labormarketsolutions.ca. Thank you so much for joining us, and have an amazing week.